Viewer discretion is advised. Side Quest is a shit show.
Greetings, and no, they don't need to be seeing you. Not yet, anyway. Welcome to Side Quest, Monday with I, the humble, the slumming, Alters the Black Compass. As you can see, we also have unfortunate timing. Hold on. They can't hear anyone but me. I consider that, generally speaking, an improvement.
I'd blink twice for being in danger, but no one can hear me, so it wouldn't really get the point across. Plus, you can't see my eyes.
Say, let me bring everyone up to speed real quick. Thief, present, then not present, and then side queef.
Yes, exactly. Wonderful summation of the events that have transpired thus far. Ark, you get 1 bonus point.
No one heard me talk about blinking for 2 blinks for in danger?
No, I'm pretty sure they actually heard that bit.
Oh, they heard that. Oh, well.
Should have heard that bit. I mean, they might not be listening to you.
I mean, anyway. That's all there is to it. No one will know how many times I blinked.
I feel for you. Acute sympathy pains there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Arcturus found himself in the hole once again, and not the kind that we all love and adore. No, not a woman's warm embrace. The hole being that of some dark, dank, dungeonous, decrepit filth area today.
Yeah, I needed a place that was a bit more discreet, where I could just stick the crystal up and not have to worry about anyone hearing what's going on here. And the way I see it is just slumming, well, more.
Slumming more. As opposed to every other day?
Fancy environments I could choose to have instead. A throne here, armor there, candelabras up here. This has been the case in the past, but this time, this is about all I deserve.
Mean, I'm pretty sure that most of that stuff is inauthentic, knockoff, cheapo, fake aluminum stuff.
You should get used to that environment. It's perfect for you. Just like all South Oceans.
Mm-hmm.
But strictly speaking, peasants are lucky to get into nice, properly constructed prisons, not mere wooden shacks. No, Swedish Norwegians have more pride than that.
Peasants just get their heads put on pikes. That's what happens to them.
Yeah.
That depends.
I mean,
Sometimes they
we're
should be useful.
accommodating your status and your position by giving you quarters to live out your sentence in.
Mhm.
This is what should
The
happen.
only thing you two in particular have ever given me is a headache.
We're also letting you keep your not so fancy get up. What are you dressed as today, Ark? Just curious.
The height of South Ocean fashion, as always.
But like, I mean,
Organ grinder?
organ grinder, mustard seed spice tradesman.
We could try and get you one of those pet monkeys from the Earth realm. And then you could give it a little cap and it can beg for money.
I bet he's a candlestick merchant.
This is awfully rich coming from seafaring fantasy girl and Pentagast the even browner.
My hat costs more than your whole outfit combined, sir. I'll have you know. Not that I paid
No,
that much
it did
for
not, because you didn't even pay for it. Ergo, for you, it has no value whatsoever, whereas my accoutrement has
I
been
very
painstakingly paid
hard
for and
to
crafted.
acquire this hat, good sir. I worked very hard. Do you know how many people I had to stab with my pointy knife in order to get it? It's quite a number. It was north of 10.
Pentagast the even browner. I am all brown. Look at me. I mean, I understand that I am, but
He is quite
how do I
evenly
pull this off and look cleaner than the place you're in?
brown. I will say, you are quite evenly brown,
Yes.
there, Pentagast.
Well, I mean, some definition is required, but
Evenly different shades of brown, but still pretty evenly brown.
a paler shade of gray or whatever, lighter
No.
shade of pale.
Not
Is
a
that
whole lot of gray there, just like there's some beige, there's some like woody
perhaps
leather brown.
a shittier shade of poop? I don't know. You
I
know,
wasn't gonna go that far, but I mean,
I should say, like, Radagast Browning was a Tolkien reference, the elf supremacist.
I'm not
fiction,
covered in bird excrement. I'm not.
you know, some
But
Sarkozans find that to
something's
be a
probably in that
delicacy.
hair.
No, I'm not.
As I was saying, in certain Sarthosan circles, bird excrement is somewhat of a delicacy.
How does someone notice my nails?
They're
How?
very observant people.
I
You
mean,
know, it pains
they're
me to admit
nails.
this, but the thief is actually right about that. It's one of those weird things, like how incest, you find it at the lowest rungs of society or the very highest, not so much in between. And delicacies. Peasants starving, eat bugs and, well, whatever they can get. And the elites often do the same thing, but just on a fancier plate.
Mm-hmm. Especially shrimp. They really like the shrimp, which is basically like the bug, the sea bug of the sea. That and lobster.
The sea bug? What is a sea bug?
Sea bug, like it's like a cockroach of the sea.
Is it like a mite or something? Are they large? Small?
They're okay. So shrimp, they can come in different sizes, but like typically you get them in the smaller variety. Then you detail them, deshell them, and you can eat them.
Can they be trained?
Nice try,
They do
Scotland.
great.
I've already
Tried
fixed
that.
that. Nice.
They might do little circles, but I've never actually attempted. I know that dolphins can be trained,
Yeah, but they're jerks though.
jerk is not exactly the word I would use. Rapey maybe a little bit more on the nose.
I was being charitable to the dolphins.
Dolphins, rapey, but not jerks. You heard it from the thief, folks.
Right.
Well, they do make for a good laugh, I will say. Good conversation with a dolphin that can talk is A-okay in my book. But just don't let him get too close to you from behind.
What was that show? There was an Earthrealm show. I saw a what do they call it? A rerun. Flipper. That was it. The intro song or whatever, the music that they play. It's very annoying. It gets in your head and it doesn't go away.
You do have to be careful watching, Earth realm media. It is apparently
Yeah.
designed to be addictive in really weird ways. It's quite unnatural.
It's very strange. I have been spending a lot of time using the crystal to do just that.
Yep, that's, well, entirely on you. But
Now,
I have to say,
I
on
mean,
the other hand,
just saying, I've seen some fantastical things.
Fantastical.
to be
Yes.
fair, most of the rest of them are only ever watching porn from there, so, well, strictly speaking, you're exhibiting a higher level of class.
Well, I mean, I've looked at some of that too. Some of that is not horrible. Let's just put it that way.
When you see one, you've seen them all, and I've seen a lot, so I've seen everything.
So
it's just kind of ugh.
So once you've seen just like one nipple, you've seen every nipple ever.
Well, no, because no two nipples are created equally. But what I'm saying is, if you've ever been to the brine peak trade season, you've seen everything.
I don't know. I avoid peak trade season. I don't sell normal things. It doesn't do well in the peak seasons. Plus, the smell in the brine during peak times is.
There's a reason they call it the brine. I'll tell you that.
It's definitely something. I'll say
that. Yeah, but peak trade season is where all the money is made, unless you steal from people, in which case then you can make your money literally anywhere. But yeah, peak trade season is when you get to see everything, all of everyone's wares, and everything is on sale.
They should have like some sort of a fair.
Gnomes, goblins,
or a gathering of sorts.
Dragon caca. It's a good time.
I thought
like
that
I
was
said,
not. Wait,
everything.
Dragon what?
Dragon caca.
Oh.
Why is Lyra dead? Well, strictly speaking, they're not expected, but they know why.
She's dead to me. She knows why.
Ask the gnomes. They could probably tell you.
It has nothing to do with gnomes.
Probably not, but I'm just assuming they would know. They're probably still alive.
Yeah, the gnomes would know.
I wasn't quite going for that. I don't know what you're getting at.
No. Get it?
Stop it! Stop it! Why is that making
and
me...
no.
No, you're trying to unsettle me. I don't like it.
No, I'm not.
Well, I laughed, so I take more damage. Thank you. Well done.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be an easy night for me.
You figured it out, yes. Stupid little puns make me laugh.
The less titties I have to compete with, the better I do.
I don't know.
Now I just gotta get rid of Arcturus, the great boob himself.
But, talk.
The more that I talk, I believe the more that he tunes us out, and so...
No, I meant
you're not wrong, but furthermore, I'm just, researching to test your nautical knowledge. It's been called into question.
See, the thing is, you have titties, obviously, Thief.
Obviously.
But you have two of them. He's just one giant one.
He is just a giant tit.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes.
I mean, in that case, is it quantity over quality, or do you have him beat on both grounds? That's the thing. I don't know.
I think hers are more in demand because no one wants to jiggle me, and if they want to, they're going to pay a high price.
I was just going to describe the quality of tit that Arcturus is, and I think I have it on the money. All right, Arcturus is a breast cancer riddled, pepperoni nipple having, hairy titty twister having tit.
Okay, I mean, I was going to I just looked at myself and tried to imagine myself as one. I just have a really, really super pokey nipple. It's always cold here. That's me.
A super pokey nipple.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. It's, this is the nipple, so.
That's fair. All right, if
Magog Pendergast is a giant nipple.
No.
No.
Why?
Not just a giant nipple, but the nipple itself is exceedingly pointy. Like it juts out at such a protruding distance from the actual boob itself that it's actually quite disturbing, and it might actually poke someone's eye out come winter time.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to put me in a shirt, you know?
I don't think you could put you in a shirt.
Not like this, no. That's not a shirt at that point. That's like a large blanket or something. But
as if you ever traded in that, badly stained nightgown you wear.
Badly stained? I'm not in my sleepwear. What are you talking about?
But you admit that it's stained.
Yes, I don't think anyone believes it was ever brown to begin.
It's what? Are you insinuating that this started out as white?
Yes.
What happened to the hat?
Yes, I am.
What do you think?
The hat's always brown. It's probably just leaking fluids all over you, and that's the reason why your shirt is no longer white.
Strictly speaking, the hat's probably the reason why the rest of it's brown.
For all I know, this could all just be dried blood. I mean, the whole hat could be made of blood that just hasn't quite degraded away completely. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's skin or what. I mean, I don't know what it came. I don't know what it's made out of.
I think it's dried, filleted baby skin.
It could be. It could be maybe it's a trophy collector and it collects like pieces of skin from all its victims and sews it onto itself. I don't know. I don't understand how the hat is. That's all that I know about it.
And somehow we cycle back around to being made from giant foreskins.
Yeah, it talks to me. It doesn't tell me anything about its backstory. I mean, like, I could tell you some of my, own history if I could remember it, but I have asked the hat where do you come from? What do you like to do in your free time? I get nothing. Occasionally, I just get laughter in my head.
Have you tried sacrificing baby goats to it yet?
It hasn't asked for that.
Well, maybe it's not. Okay. I guess I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Maybe it doesn't want to have to ask you for what it wants. Maybe it just wants you to anticipate its needs.
Well, it talks to me. You'd think that if it wanted baby goats, it would say, I want baby goats.
No, okay.
So do many girlfriends speak to their boyfriends, but they never actually seem to say what they actually want. I think that's what the thief's getting at here. That they are very unhealthy to be in a relationship with.
This is one of those I need to read between the lines and understand my partner kind of thing.
Exactly. Anticipate and deliver without there being an explicit description of what one needs and wants, because communicating like an adult person is so overrated and it leads to entirely too much harmony in a relationship. What you really need is more discourse and to get that,
passive-aggressive actions and punishments for forgotten slights that they don't even know what they did wrong anymore, just to keep them on their toes.
And the silent treatment too.
Yes, you got to maintain your superiority.
I feel like I'm reliving a memory from my parents.
Ooh, and slam doors to assert dominance too. That works.
What is this? You're fighting like my parents did. Just chattering and chattering from both sides and no one listens to anyone. And then
are you comparing me to my mother who waxes her upper lip? No. Yeah. Okay, now I'm having more flashbacks.
This is not a good road to go down. No one wants to relive their childhoods.
Well, since we're coming off the cusp of everyone's worst holiday season. Yeah.
Oh, Phantasmus? What?
What is the our world version?
That hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
no, it's coming up. I'm preparing.
But is there anything leading up to Phantasmus that I should be aware of? Because I never really had a family, so I can't exactly say that I've celebrated any sort of holiday with people.
Between
Phantasmus myself
and Vithica Night, there's Vithica Night, and then there's Phantasmus. There isn't really anything in between. It's kind of a dull in between. There's nothing really exciting there.
No, nothing. Not even
Well, I mean, there might be some slaughter ball matches to watch, but that's not really a celebrated holiday.
It could be.
If you're into that sort of thing. I mean, not everybody is.
I think one of the championships is around that time. It's
Oh,
not officially a holiday, but it's getting there.
How are the ye old pee-pee touchers doing anyway?
We rebranded. We're doing fine. It's a work in progress.
You didn't think I'd remember that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I remember the pointless things.
Everyone was supposed to have forgotten that.
Ye old pee-pee touches. I wasn't here for that,
Hold
but
on.
I'm amused
Do
all the
you
same.
own a slaughter ball team, Pendergast? Hmm?
I'd own one, but I wouldn't have bought that one. Let's just put it that way.
I don't need to pay for my pee-pee touches. Wait.
Right.
Clearly you don't. And
No.
some of the sports people, we'll call them sports people we fired, are perfectly available for hiring on a ship if you want some, completely free touching.
They could handle oars. Then you wouldn't have to use sails.
Yeah, I can put them at
Imagine.
the most bottomest level of the boat and hope that they drowned when we go and fight.
Bilge pumpers, I believe is what you're looking for there, the expert nautical.
I thought those were bilge rats.
No. Bilge rats are the things that you just happen to collect at every port because every port has them, and then that's why you have bilge cats on the boat to eat the bilge rats because they're like freaking cockroaches of the sea. You can't get rid of them.
Is that like?
And then you have the ship's dog eat the ship's cats when they start breeding out of control. Then, before you know it, the ship's completely overtaken with gorillas.
Exactly. It's happened before.
Sea gorillas? What?
Sea gorillas.
They are not. You're making these things up.
No, actually, there is
no such thing as a sea gorilla.
No, actually, there is a documentary, good sir, about sea gorillas and the problems that they pose. It's a wonderful documentary. I believe it's called Tarzan. And
That's from the Earth realm. You're cheating.
well, no, I'm not because it's still a wonderful documentary.
It doesn't exist in Voth.
Gorillas exist in both of our worlds.
But not sea variants. That's what I'm talking about.
Who are you to say that? Have you ever been on a boat?
Yes.
Have you ever been on my boat when we've had an infestation of sea gorillas?
I think you're just taking... You're either drinking far too much drink or you're taking exotic substances that are causing you to hallucinate.
Well,
you have to be
yes.
doing this.
I'm doing both.
Well, then
but
they're not sea gorillas. They're probably your crew, the rest of your crew, and you're just seeing them weird.
No, definitely
Either that or
sea
you're getting
gorillas.
invaded by mer people. The mer?
Definitely sea gorillas. And you want to know how I know that they're sea gorillas?
Enlighten me.
Because they're not wearing any clothes. Sea gorillas don't wear clothes. My crew does.
You have some strange customs on your ship.
I'm sorry, do your sea gorillas wear clothes?
I don't have sea gorillas. No one gets naked on my
Exactly.
ships.
Mm.
You know, now, well, no one, I don't own any ships.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. See? What would you know about the sea and whether or not there are gorillas in the sea?
Because I've been on the sea before. I mean...
Oh, you've been on
on
the sea?
Yes,
On top of
been
it? Walking
Look,
on it?
just because you've been
No.
so lucky not to be on a ship overtaken by ship's gorillas does not mean it doesn't happen to other people, you senseless, insensitive jerk.
I'm convinced that she's just talking about some wild excursion with I wouldn't think you'd get those effects from was it, goblin grass?
I
I
am
don't
actually very
I don't think
offended
so.
that you are not taking this epidemic seriously. All right, sea gorillas are a real thing and they are a real problem. Okay, you get a sea gorilla, you know what happens? Your mass gets yeeted out of the sky. All right, and they do a number of the poop deck. I kid you not. You thought it was the poop deck before? Wait until they're done with it. Sea gorillas, man, they're a real problem. They spread disease and nastiness all over the livelong day, and it is just...
Who is your
not a
connection?
My connection?
Yes, because I've been trying to get drugs from the Earth Realm for quite some time at this point. How did you get hold of some? I've been told it can't be done.
Well, the fans first
You clearly have had Earth Realm substances.
They really like me, and so, they send me things in the mail. But that's not the point, all right? That has nothing to do with sea gorillas.
The point I'm getting at is you've taken something that is causing you to see sea gorillas, quote unquote, and they're not actually sea gorillas. They're just naked crewmates that you've probably stolen the clothes from because you can't stop stealing things. And Earth Realm drugs are highly motivating, obviously.
Some spies, I'm saying, actually might willingly travel with sea apes on their ships. After all, they can hurl that ship pretty far. It's great for harassing opponents. But the real reason, I think, is probably hit upon by Nice25, who says that, true fact, humans have the largest penises out of all primates, so they must have been a huge disappointment to the thief.
I just saw an amazing comment there. Pentagast ship, absolute virgin. That's perfect. Well done.
Rough seas, buddy. Rough seas.
No, perfectly calm, tranquil seas that have never been touched by the likes of anyone.
Okay, you know that
virgin seas, even.
Sailing on a sea isn't the only thing that makes waves, right?
Yeah,
there is a natural presence that also stirs up the turmoils of the sea.
Wait a second. Virgin Atlantic, was it? The Richard Branson guy who ran an airline that was revolving entirely around people screwing on the planes in the air? We can do that with ships. Just have a floating brothel. We can call it the Mile Out to Sea Club.
Possibly. Wait, what are you trying to say about the sea thief?
I'm saying that the sea don't need no one to frustrate it. It can get frustrated all by its little lonesome.
So what you're saying is it's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean.
Exactly.
Okay. We're on the same page. Okay, good. All right.
We're all in the same boat, I would say.
Oh, she's making excuses for the sea apes. I think.
No.
Oh, come on. That was great. We're all in the same boat. Come on.
I refuse. I refuse.
Look, wrong. We're going to go through the...
Because we're talking about the sea, and you said we're all on the same page, but we're all in the same boat is an equivalent saying that means that, but it's
if you think about it, we are all on the same page in a way. It's a really abstract thing.
I like mine better.
Super chats and Streamlabs. Shall we get started?
You like yours better.
If you want your message read by me, then use Super Chats. If you want your message read by me, use Streamlabs. There's no one else here.
You get no options.
So it's me or me, and I will do my best, and they'll do their best too. I'm pretty confident. Starting with JTRW, threw in 2 signals to say, is that an ancient fanny pack? No.
Yes.
It's a nut protector.
It's a fairly recently made, and it's not like fanny, so it would be a fanny pack. Your names for things are all absolutely bizarre. The one I've been preparing for, Niska25, through 10 signals to support our efforts here to top off the treasury, as Magog would put it, and said, I bet that's not even the thief's ship. Maybe she sneaks into it and uses someone else's magic crystal. Does she even know how to sail a ship? You should test her nautical skills, Ark. I'm suspicious.
Of course it's not my ship. I stole it from someone else.
Let's see.
Like you don't even know me, Niska.
Nautical authenticality. Say, thief. What is a baft?
You're daft.
No, a baft. These are nautical terms that a true, genuine pirate sailor woman like you should totally know. What is a bath?
I don't need a bath. I am perfectly clean, Ark.
To answer the question, it's to the rear of the ship. That is to the rear of the ship, and I've just improved your sailing ability by a factor on the first question. It's not
You should
looking good for authenticity, folks.
You mean the stern?
No.
Hold on. Don't tell her how to go backwards. Tell her how to go forward. That's what's the term for forward of the ship?
Bow.
No.
Say,
abaft.
Keith,
What is it?
What is a bowsprit?
Bowsprit. Are you getting these nautical terms from their culture? Because I'll have you know that we live in a different universe. A different dimension entirely.
Lively story. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of these before. Well, I'll tell you what. This one should be easy for you. What's a cock?
My dick!
Is to waterproof in between the planks of a ship.
You said cock, right?
No.
I think we're done here.
Is that one of those? Is that one of those nautical books, like the I Want to Be a Spy, that every fourth grader?
This
has
was
had?
sent to me to help me learn the things that you don't know.
Oh my god, it is! It's a child's book. I know, because I read a lot of children's books. You know, having only learned to read a few years ago.
He's trying to learn your craft so that he can take your place.
Yeah, we don't do that out of books, my man.
I'm just saying, you should
We
be
learn.
careful.
On the job.
I don't keep any information in books. There's a reason for it. He can copy it.
In the wind, in the sails of the sea, in the frothy brininess, in the air. We learn it in experience by sinking and surviving to the next ship.
And then acting like you're a piece of flotsam floating on the ocean, and then another ship picks you up, and then you kill all the crew and steal that ship. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
mean,
we can return to nautical chat in just
Trial
a moment, I suppose.
by fire!
Got a lot to get through here, and I want to make sure we don't run too
walk
behind,
the
because
plank.
second hour is going to be a poetry beat-off.
Wait, hang on. I've been challenged by Niska. I absolutely know which side port is and which side starboard is. I'm just not telling you.
Right. Beachy Denton has through 5, we'll call them signals, how does to say, great start to Crystal Cast today, Ark. Peace and quiet at last. Show black hat supremacy and stab one of the brown hats at your leisure. Well, if you insist. Let's see, which brown hat to stab, which brown hat to stab.
The brown hats. Wait, I had just one moment. Thief, we both have brown hats. Do you
Actually,
want to
mine's more of a red
it
color.
is, but it's more brown than it is black.
This
point
will
is-
be most uncouth.
We should start a gang.
Oh my god, we should start a gang. You want to be in my gang?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, the black hat gang, no, the brown hat gang. It's like the brown note. Brown hat, brown note. Could be related. In any case, Thief, especially for that last segment, your head is so far up your ass. If you clench your anus, you'd snap your neck.
Excuse me? You're assuming that I would take my hat off in order to stick my own head up my ass, in which case you'd be very wrong, sir. I would get my hat dirty. Because as we all know, the inner bowels of a person will always be dirty, no matter how hard you try to clean it.
And now we know why your hat is brown.
No, because I would, if I were, I'd take it off, but I never take my hat off. I live with this thing on my head.
That's kind of what I do, but if occasionally mine just says, I'm going to leave, and it fucks off.
I have horrible hat hair, so I refuse to take my hat off, and I would never do that to my hat. My hat is too precious to me.
Your hat doesn't leave you?
My hat never leaves.
Your
Next
hat's
up,
more loyal than mine. That's
Mhm.
depressing.
I
Well-
know, right? Part of the reasoning is so that your hat doesn't molest my hat, but
I'm
Oh,
not
it's
going to lose any
molested
more
his.
hats to Pentagast's hats.
Yeah, I'm just saying, my hat has
Over
molested his
poverty
hats.
into them.
I know, because he makes the mistake of taking the hat off his head.
Arcturus, have you got any blue liquid yet? Or did you kill the offspring?
Look, I'm not going to discuss this because I'm pretty sure the hat is listening and we've got Super Chats and Streamlabs to finish up here. So JDRW through 5 signals at our efforts here. Thank you again. Say, quick attack for Pentecostal. I mean pentagram. I mean Pentagast. Yeah.
Got him.
Pentagram. That has 5 points. There are 5 appendages technically off of my torso. Maybe even 6.
You may attack someone at will. You've been activated.
Wait, I'm supposed to... What the fuck am I...
Yep.
Did it say who?
No.
Fuck, you're stupid.
Attack Ark. He's
Yes.
being a meanie pants.
He's stupid and he's making fun of our hats.
I know, right? What?
Even though he wears worse hats.
A superior hat.
His hat has no form.
No, it doesn't. It just
Exactly.
flops around.
It's just
Yes,
floppy
yes,
there.
Yeah, you have to put things on it to adorn
I
it.
have
style.
painstakingly shaped every curve of this spectacular chapeau.
What
But
kind of
don't-
brim is that?
But that wasn't enough, was it? No, you had to put a feather in it too. Because
Mhm.
the folds and the perfectly molded shape of it wasn't enough. You had to fucking put out. Ah!
The feather
A
doesn't even match
South-Ocean
the hat.
without a feather in their hat is a shameful South-Ocean.
Ark, the feather doesn't even match the hat. Your entire outfit is a joke.
Strictly speaking, this feather, in fact, was funded. It was basically sent
Wait.
from there. You should take it up with the person who sent it. They
Do you
know,
have
surely,
enough-
that you're besmirching their choice in feather, and I'm sure they won't hold a grudge at all.
You couldn't even bother to match your feather with the rest of your outfit. What kind of South-Ocean are you?
When did you get another collar? Ruffled thing. Are you trying to hide them now? It's the same color as the rest of it. Are you
Well, sure, I
ashamed?
think I
of
only
your-
had one. I only owned them for a while because I was under orders.
You had a
to-
gray one.
Yeah, I still do. I just didn't opt for that one today. Look, you assume
did
that
you
my
get a
wardrobe
black
is
one?
far narrower. Well, you assume my wardrobe is as narrow as yours.
You know, I think I know why he wears the neck ruffles, Pent. All right?
Why?
Here's my theory, right? I think that Ark has what we refer to as a giraffe neck, and that it is exceedingly tall, much taller than it is
Oh.
natural to have a neck length. And so he wears the neck ruffle to hide the fact that his neck is entirely too long.
Maybe someone tried to stretch his neck once until he was dead.
Long
wouldn't
my neck,
surprise me.
magnificent my neck. But that's neither here nor there. Brian, we all know who that is, has donated 15 signals, and this is good news for you, both of you too. So yay! The earth silence is a more stinging rebuke of you all than Ark could ever come up with. Take this health, you all will need it, which is 5 signals of health for all of us. Isn't that lovely?
I would like to use mine.
Same here.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Most of the time I don't get health.
No, why don't I as well?
There, we're all back to perfect health and status or some such nonsense.
Yes, a little bit less next time around, probably. Finally, Brian donated another 10 signals to say, 2 attacks for the most feminine hat on the show tonight. Ark, bitch slap those masculine hats off of their heads.
I wouldn't suggest knocking the hat off my head. It's not going to go well for anyone.
Figuratively. Figuratively.
Ah, yes.
Naturally.
Well, let's see. In your case, Pentagast, say that your hat provides a wonderful opportunity to find out what a mimic's farts smell like when they sniff your hair.
That's possible. What's a mimic? I mean, well, wait, no, I know what. Sorry, I remember what a mimic is. Okay.
It's part of their view of fantasy creatures, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense for your hat. Honestly, it looks like something's going to burst out of it to get too close.
I don't think there's really any treasure inside, though.
Yes, I agree. There's absolutely no treasure in your hat, Pentagast.
No.
But I was supposed to be, attacking both of you. Thief,
What?
there's nothing of value in your hat either.
That's fair. Everything of value is in your hat, which is why Pentagast's hat keeps trying to get with it. Come on, boy. Go get it. Go get it. Go on.
He doesn't listen to commands.
I'm encouraging it. It's not a command. I'm giving the idea to him that he's horny.
Well, I think there's a season. I think that was the last. I think that was last season actually. It was warmer then. That's when it seemed to be far more active.
That makes sense. They kind of hibernate in the winter, is that what you're telling me?
Possibly. I don't know.
So, hat breeding season is well past us?
I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been long enough to know. I've only had the hat for a short time.
Well, we shall see. If Ark suddenly develops a taste for leather hats that are slightly effeminate, more than slightly effeminate, then we'll know.
Leave me out of your erotic fan fictions, thief.
I would never write erotic fan fictions with you involved. Lyra, that's a different story.
Why would you write one involving hats, though?
Well, you see, I believe that all creatures, large and small, deserve love, except for Ark. And so, if I can give them some slight little slice of that heaven, then I will.
Well, that's nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very kind that you leave Ark out of all that.
Mm-mm.
He shouldn't be included in anything.
It's not for his benefit, it's for my benefit. I don't want that.
Nothing should ever benefit Ark.
Changing my mind. I would never. Oh, even the thought of thinking about it just...
Look, it's not even really that I'm particularly cross with Arcturus. It's just the fact that he's Sarthosian. If he moved to any other country and claimed it as his homeworld or his homeland, I'd be okay with him.
No, I feel like even if he moved to literally any other area, he would be just as much a poser as he is in Sarthos, because that is what Ark would do. He's kind of like a mimic, right? So he takes up the skins of the people that he is surrounded by in order to be in hopes of being accepted by the group around him, and every time he fails miserably, and it's kind of pathetic, but
I agree with you, but
who he is.
My point is he wouldn't be Sarthosian anymore, and I wouldn't have to hate him. He could be anything else, but he has to pick Sarthos.
No, I'd still hate him.
I'm not mad at you, and you're from the brine.
Indeed, that's awfully generous of him not to despise you on that principle alone.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Very forward-thinking, progressive even by our standards.
Everyone has redeemable qualities. Arcturus has redeemable qualities, but he's Sarthosian.
Oh gosh. Are we being accepting and caring about people?
No.
It's a weird concept to all of you. I know it's weird.
Oh god. No. Can you just put more distance between us, because this is making me uncomfortable, and I don't like to feel uncomfortable. I like to feel like I'm the most comfortable person, because I usually am, and this is really making me feel like not that way.
Someday in the future.
Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
No!
Someday in the future, I will give you a hug.
I don't need
Pentagast is there for you, Thief. Pentagast, when you need it, we right there with a hug and get up close.
Gets a hug. Yeah. Everyone gets a hug, just not Arcturus.
Nope, stop right there. You can keep your hugs to yourself. In fact, hug yourself.
No.
You sound like you need a hug.
I deal with myself enough. Why would I give myself a hug?
Because you deserve it.
This is as close as I can get. This is the extent of a hug for me.
I would think the captain of the Virgin would be used to self-handling.
No. What?
Yeah, I'll take that damage. Okay. Compose thyself.
I mean, just remember there, you were basically stroking off the hat, although I don't know if it appreciates it.
I was told to give...
Does the hat give you pleasure?
No.
No? It just...
Well,
Just
hold
this.
on. You
Just
drink
this.
things from the hat. You must enjoy drinking things from the hat, so technically the hat does give you pleasure.
So the hat just takes what it wants from you, and
Is it pleasure when you're seeing other things in places that you've never been?
I don't know. Do you
Sounds very
find
context
it
sensitive.
pleasurable?
I've found things in the earth realm from drinking this without using the crystal. That's what I'm saying.
You should probably see your doctor about that. If it lasts more than 4 hours, definitely go talk to a physician.
No, it hasn't done that. I mean, it's blue, but it doesn't do that.
No, just in general, it's a good rule of thumb that if the hallucinations last more than 4 hours, you should probably see.
the hallucinations. Right,
Indeed.
right.
Wait, hold on. That's not my cousin. I have no relation to that ethics crippled simpleton. Weekly at usual times.
Ooh.
It's not important.
Fair enough. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. I was warding off the warm fuzzies of the both of you.
Oh, that
No.
moment's over. What? You can stop now.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
wasn't serious.
we have an arrangement now. I don't try to hug you, and you don't put me in erotic fan fiction. And if you need a hug, Pendergast remains there.
I will go to Lyra.
That's
She'll hug
probably
me with her legs,
That's probably a better choice all around, honestly.
and I'll hug her with my boobs. It'll be a good time for everyone involved. And the gnomes watching.
Now, I don't think the elf is paying attention, but I feel like I can hear them squealing from here regardless.
I hear the echo of honking pigs in the distance.
Weird. I saw something entirely different, and I'm not going to talk about it.
There.
Maybe I will, but I'm not going to talk about it now. It's too disturbing.
Ooh, no, share. Now I'm curious.
Well, you see, that's the thing. You said you were going to hug Lyra with your boobs, and I just saw two boob-shaped snakes just sprout out of your corset and wrap around something and then squeeze it to death like a constrictor snake.
Well, it's well known that the thief's boobs are prehensile.
Yes, but not nearly that
I don't like
valuable.
prehensile.
Well, you're probably freaked out because you're imagining there's giant blobs, but, once they're released, they extend out alarmingly. And kind
That's
of
what
undulate
that's
in the
the
air.
part that,
They
that's
have
not
a mind
right.
of their own. They just kind of dangle there in the air. Like, woo! They're a little hypnotic too, if I must say so myself. Back and forth and up and down, and then they just go, what? It's a good time.
Many an eye has
No.
been lost. Why do you think the air protection has always been so important to me?
And that is why we wear the corset, ladies and gentlemen. To keep that superpower under lock and key. Because in the wrong hands, it can be very deadly.
I didn't know. No, that's more information than I needed.
Mhm.
And
Made
I
a
don't-
deal with a sea witch for that one.
you've talked to Ursula too.
Mhm.
You've been everywhere. I mean, you
Well-
are like some sort of a sea,
I'm
I don't know,
almost.
You're some sort of celebrity. You're a celebrity. That's what you are.
Yeah! Woo! I like that one. Yes, get on the pun train with me, Pentagast.
Mhm.
We're going to Pun City. Take me up to the Pun City where the grass is green and the puns are pretty. Ooh, I got it. Can't give
No.
your life away.
yeah.
Remove it from him.
Yeah.
I deserve.
Yeah. I should take health damage for that. Yes. Well
That
done.
wasn't even my best material. Ooh. So, your
Please
weaknesses.
stop encouraging the thief, Pendergast.
Your
I'm not
weaknesses.
trying to.
Parody songs.
No, not particularly. It's not. It's just. It's more in the moment kind of a thing. I'm not really big on parodies.
Really?
No, I don't like parrots either. They talk too much.
Could have fooled me.
Well, same.
I was thinking about getting a parrot, actually. Like an actual parrot, not
It's-
like one of those
well-
stuffed things that people send me sometimes in the mail. Like an actual living, breathing, kind of parrot.
I mean, it's kind
I
of...
support this idea, not just because there's a non-zero chance it rips off an ear.
I'm just, it's kind of a pirate thing to do. I mean, they seem to have birds.
Yeah. I mean, like, why not? I'm already got the getup. I got the ship. I'm halfway on my way to peg leg.
Maybe it's a bit too much for you. Have you considered scaling down? Maybe a parakeet?
They don't talk, though. I want one that talks.
Yes, but if it's imitating you, then the high-pitched shrill will be completely indistinguishable.
See, as a woman, I actually feel like I have one of the deeper voices of my sex. It is quite sexy, if I must say so myself, and I think that that you'd be able to distinguish between myself and a parrot, because a parrot obviously would have a much higher pitched frequency that they speak with, whereas I do not.
As I said, the parakeet would be much closer.
My shoulder?
Sure. In any case, I suppose we could, I think this next segment is it's going to perhaps go. Oh no! I just remembered who I am. I don't really care about the precise timing. We're fine.
You forgot?
You don't care about precise timing?
No, I'm actually pretty flexible on timing. The important thing is that the hours are counted for. The minutes are they're gonna happen.
You forgot who you are.
I forgot We're not going into this.
Yes, we are. You're trying to steal everyone's gimmicks, everyone's traits, everyone's particular thing that makes them who they are. You're just trying to collect all of it and try to be all of it at once. You tried
rubbish.
To be
I haven't
earlier.
tried a
now
single
you're trying to be
wackadoo.
me. I just.
That's fair. He hasn't tried the wackadoo.
No.
And he hasn't tried to be funny yet either, so there's that.
Well, wait till Friday when he's with other people. See if he tries to steal their things. Wait,
you're stealing
He is
things?
a parrot.
That's my thing.
No, he's a parrot.
He's a parrot? He can't. No.
He's trying to imitate and copy all of us. He's a parrot.
He's
right?
I don't like
You
it.
can't fit on anyone's shoulder, Arcturus, no matter how much you think you could.
You can't be a parrot. I'm sorry, bro. That's just how this
I
works.
don't think I would be really surprised to find anyone inclined to, with a straight face, seriously call me a mimic. I'm thinking your hat just feels called out.
If you were a bird.
I didn't say you were a mimic. I'm saying you're a parrot. Why do you want to bite people's ears? What do you get out of it? What is it? Seriously.
I don't want to be any of you. I'm quite pleased being.
I don't think necessarily parrot is the correct word to go with. I would say more of a peacock, in my opinion, mainly because it sounds funny, but also what it represents.
That makes it even worse, considering the whole involvement with ears.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's just no.
And then he's got like the tail feathers that go whoosh, and
Right.
they show off, and in a vain attempt to, mate with others and such. You'd be like, "Oh, look at me!"
I thought you were going to leave me out of your erotic fan fiction.
I'm so fashionable. This isn't erotic at all. I'm not turned on.
No, this is the least erotic thing ever.
Exactly. Neither of us are turned on, and so therefore it's not erotic fan fiction. It's just fiction.
Yeah, it's just fiction. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to say it wasn't attractive to
if you
anyone, but I've seen the internet. Someone's going to get off on this.
Probably. I bet someone in the audience must make a picture, some sort of art depicting Arcturus as a peacock. I don't want to see it. What would that look like?
Just no.
I would hang it on my wall.
Then you can see it. I don't want to.
Anything.
I'm starting to think that this is going to turn into something horrible.
To bring Arcturus down a notch, peg just a little bit, just.
No, he's already
in. Feel smaller.
I'm troubled with the vividness to which I can picture what they may or may not do.
What are we going to do? Put him in a smaller prison cell?
Yes, we should.
Why don't we just put him in a coffin?
I like that idea. A wooden coffin, a wood box, a wood pine box, because it is the least fancy thing that you can be buried in.
Yeah.
You all stay out of Saul first. Look, it's time to get back to these super chats and streamlabs. Let's move along with that. First object to be thrown out to another 5 sigma to say, another quick attack for the Blair Witch Project symbol wearing top hat, which is clearly you, Pentacaster. Another quick attack. They don't say to who, and I don't tell you what to do, besides attack someone, because that's what you're supposed to do now. Strictly speaking, they told you to do that.
What the fuck am I doing?
He's almost dead, Pent. He's
I know.
Dead.
I was going to say, like, speaking of the Blair Witch Project, it's more believable than you are, Arcturus. And that film isn't believable at all.
Terrible mistake.
Indeed. Womp, 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 womp.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye to the world's tiniest fanny pack.
Why does he have it? Like, I'm still convinced, like, he doesn't have them on him today. I noticed that. But his silver balls are missing. And I think he just keeps them in. Yeah, there's this whole thing. He insists they're scroll knobs. I insist they're his testicles. And he painted them silver for fashion. And I think that he keeps them in the box.
Well, it wouldn't be far off to assume that he was painting parts of his body with glittery paints in an effort to kind of peacock around about how he's Sarthosian. I mean, the Sarthosians, the ancient Sarthosians did that quite often. Usually with gold, though, they would paint various aspects of their body, typically like...
Yeah, they walked funny, too.
The penis area. Just to kind of show off.
Have you seen the ancient text with the, walk like a Sarthosian?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did walk funny, and they always stood in those weird poses. I don't know why that was.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
This is the mongoose head. Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
I don't understand.
And then this one.
What was with that? Like,
Indeed.
Only Sarthosians did it. Everyone else was smart enough not to, look like an idiot.
And the ancient texts also depict them as, like, only having the one eye,
Yeah.
And they're always, like, in profile.
Never, never a face-on shot like this. No, never.
Never any contrapose. It's actually quite depressing.
Maybe they just, they'd reached the limits of what they could do artistically. Because they are,
Yeah, no. I think you're right.
It explains all of their fashion choices. It just,
most Sarthosian fashion is actually borrowed from other cultures as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Indeed.
Wow.
Da 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 da.
I didn't know we were doing a musical episode this evening.
No, neither did I.
Well, you should have all been referencing Walk Like an Egyptian. Honestly, really, is that... I'm not going to follow your logic, so I'm not going to try. Moving on. Need to go through 10 signals at us to support our efforts here with the following message. Arc, Penta, please tag team that pirate pretender, make a thief sandwich.
Excuse me? That will not be happening.
I don't agree to this.
I don't consent.
You don't get a choice, and neither do I, but I don't mind because it's primarily hurting doing.
Oh no, I've got the giggles.
From relative comfort, so
really
I see that thief. When the wind dies down, do you go out on deck and talk to the sails? Does it work?
Do I talk to the sails?
Yes. I mean, well, how else are you going to strike up a wind?
I could bart at it. That might work.
If you prefer. This is
that would go.
Ship
That
smells
would
like a
go.
garbage barge.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that would be breaking the wind. I don't want to break the wind.
That would be a baft of the ship, though. You need to go the other way.
So I need to direct my broken
You don't know
wind
nautical terms.
at the aft instead of
You're
the
not
back.
a sailor.
You're not a
pirate.
sailor.
No,
you're not
I
even a
never claimed to
pirate.
be. I never claimed to be.
Okay.
Fun fact: the thief's dead.
I never technically claim to be a pirate. I just was made a pirate by circumstance. Ah!
Mm-hmm.
And just
Anyhow.
like that, you know, it's just you and me, Pentagast. How do you feel about it?
You know, up until this moment, I was okay with it. And then I realized I'm with you.
You know, you say that, but strictly speaking, I, for one, consider this probably one of the better pairings.
I'm
Just
upset.
because you're human and
Well,
not the
I
thief.
mean, there is that.
or the court work. Or
And you have
the
to
elf,
understand.
But,
I mean, look, I know we don't see
magical.
eye to eye or goggle to goggle on anything, but
very little, very little.
you have to understand, it's only because you're Sarthosian. If you were anything else, I'd be okay. I just hate Sarthos that much.
You know, I can see why your petty, narrow-minded foreigner ways you might feel that way, and I pity you. Moving on, Scruffy Knight paid 5 signals to say, Thief is not a navigator, she's a captain! Among the most important jobs on the ship, like the privy cleaner and the potato scrapper. Maybe not quite that important. Not quite
Wait,
that.
what?
The stressing that they are... Never mind. JW paid 6 Signas and 66 bits of Signas for call 1-800. Mwahaha! For a chance to win your heart's desires. Rated R. It's Monday. Also, quick attack for the thief. Oh no. I suppose we have to wait a bit on that one.
I will take a use of my health. I believe I still have one.
That is correct. And the thief is back.
I don't wanna. You can't make me. You will never take me alive!
Why would anyone want to take you dead? That's just weird, too. It's not natural.
Well, you know, like...
You know, Magog might want to. He can
Well,
work
that-
that.
he's a necromancer. They might be into that sort of thing, but no. He's into reanimating them. That's not the same thing.
By the way, thief, you have an attack.
I have an attack. Oh boy, oh boy! Is it like a full attack? Is it a half attack? Is it a one-person
it's
attack?
5
Is it
Sigma
like...
one.
Ah! Hey, is it to anyone? Can I do
Yeah.
anyone?
I don't know what I'm doing or
Okay.
where I am, but let's go.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
One wonders why you feel the need to wear a fanny pack, and then one realizes that it's actually because you are attempting to make certain vestiges in that area a little bit bigger, or at least appear that way, it seems.
Well, strictly speaking, why is it called a fanny pack? It's on the front. Shouldn't it be more like a coin purse in that context? And yeah, that's right. I don't want any of you staring at my crotch. You can't have it.
Kingdom of Up refers to the front as a fanny, I think.
No, I think you want people staring at your crotch because it doesn't get a lot of attention otherwise. That's why the fanny pack is right there, front and center.
To prevent them from seeing it like I would hypothetically want them to?
No. It's to draw their attention to the fanny pack and make what lies beneath seem a little bit bigger by comparison. Because
Moving.
the illusion of size is there. Savvy.
I want to beat you with a stick, but that's not suggestive. This one. It's big and black, but you won't enjoy it. Moving on. Nisa 25 threw another 5 signals to say, I bet the only booty the thief amasses is a collection of STDs as she goes port to port. Smack her again, Ark. Presume I actually beat you with a black stick in a way that you don't enjoy. You'll have to, really stretch your imagination there, but...
Okay, alright. I will take a lot of doubt upon
This
my
will be most
career
uncouth.
choices and such, alright? I will accept a healthy amount of skepticism regarding my capacity as a pirate, as a seafaring wench, all right? But what I will not do is I will not tolerate this idea that I ain't worth my salt in terms of thievery. On land or at sea, I am the best thief around. All right? I will steal all the booty. All of it. Every last cheek.
So you're not collecting STDs?
Collecting so much more than
I would think you would be.
All of the things. The entire alphabet.
Are we talking about the same thing here? STDs, sea travel diaries.
No, I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Oh,
In fact,
my
I
mistake.
don't.
My mistake. It's hard.
Tell me more about these sea trap.
Well, you should be writing some. That way you can collect like a memoir and release it.
She's probably got a few of those.
Well, they're not diaries. I call them captain's logs. Is that the same thing?
That's a CL. I suppose it probably does. No one would confuse a CL with an STD. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. See, I would never call my things STDs just because that sounds a little bit like something else I could mention.
The only captain's logs I believe you produce come out of your mouth on this very reduction. By the way, that's my special quick attack. Just trying to be paid 5 cygnus as it happens to say, how do you phonetically spell the sound of a fart? Just wondering. Also, quick attack for Ark.
P-H-E-A-R-T silent H.
What?
That's how you phonetically spell the sound of a fart.
Just close your eyes and count till dead.
Oh.
That's right. A fart sounds just like the thief talking.
Hey! I don't appreciate that. It's either TH and silent H at the end, or it's GHT at the end. I'm actually not 100% sure about that.
Orosur has paid 5 cygnus to say, Arcturus, if you want to steal souls, that's not how you do it. You attack them, then put the soul in a jar. Well, thank you for your recommendation, Orosur. You would know better than I, and I do bow to the local experts in certain issues. Also, your support is duly rewarded as usual. Much appreciated. That's it for the Streamlabs. So let's see if we've got something new. Oh no. One new Streamlabs from Brian again, who threw 25 signals to encourage us in context. Quote unquote. Will the Corsair spare us from the drudgery of everyone else for a few minutes?
Well, the what? What?
Will the Corsair spare us from the drudgery of everyone else for a few minutes?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that one. Can you read it one more time, a little bit clearer? Because like my ears are really sucky. They're all completely winded every single day.
Will the Corsair spare us from the drudgery of everyone else for a few minutes?
Okay, I can do that. Right now? You want me to do it right now? Let's do it right now.
That's up to you.
That was me saying I want to do it right now. Right now, please. I would like to have my 2 minutes right now with the audience. All right, right now.
I understand that, but I don't have control over these things.
Well, all right. There we go.
Fine. Well, it would appear that I've died. So.
True.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lizard people and robot men of the chat. We have some time together now. How are we doing this evening? Ladies and gentlemen, I love these moments where we get to spend time together, just you, me, myself. It allows for a moment of decompression from the annoyances of the rest of my co-hosts, because they have these little quirks that they do. I don't know if you guys pay attention enough, but they have these little quirks that they do, right? So like there's Arcturus, who pretends he's smarter than everyone else is in the room, and then there's Magog, who's completely obsessed with tits, just completely obsessed with tits. And then there's Fiza, who love her to death, hate her to death. I have mixed feelings about, but she's got like this whole like underbite thing going on. It really freaks me out. Then there's Lyra, sweet, dumber than a doornail. Lyra, we love her. We love her because of what she is. Then there's Pentagast. I don't know what to do with him, honestly. What are we going to do about him? So sweet. He doesn't belong here. He's too precious for this show. And then, who am I forgetting? No one important, right? I don't think. No other big-titted witches that I can think of come to mind. And they're back. Have a good nap, boys.
Not really.
Aw, your hat got into the other hat. Music to my ears. The silence of an Arcturus.
Yeah.
So, the rest of the show is going to go much more swimmingly, I believe. Don't you agree?
In other news, we are soon to have a poetry beat off coming up soon, wherein we will take turns reciting some of Earth's best poetry, or so I was told, and you will decide whether or not we get punished for it. One person who does the worst in a round will take the hit. That will be up to you. Quick thumbs up, thumbs down, and but we'll see how it works out in practice. And I'm gonna have to burn that hat. This place is filthy. I'm not putting it back on now it's fallen off.
I wasn't responsible for that. I'm just going to say that now.
I can afford more. Besides, look, after the last time your hat got in my hat, I don't really trust them after they've been off my head while I'm dead.
Well, that's your own damn fault. Next time, die in a more ready manner. Like, don't knock your hat off when you die.
Mine has fallen off, but actually I think that's because it left when I died. But
before I get started, does everyone have their first round of poems chosen? Just tell me the number so I know not to take it myself.
94.
Very good, Pentagast.
Of course you would ask me now. I don't know. 84.
84. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll all remember that as we move forward. Who would like to go first? At the end of the round, I'll look to the chat, tell me who did worst. They'll be the person who gets punished for it. But you're going to have some hard choices here, I think. It's going to be interesting. Do one of you two want to go first?
No, I suppose I can go first.
Who goes first?
This one is called Refrain. This is repetitive. 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 This is not.
An attempt to subvert the very meaning of the poem, but it wasn't all that great. So I suppose that's fair. Do you want to go next, Pentagast, or shall I?
Very well, I will. Let's see. Once in my house, I ran into my spouse. She killed me with a comb. How did this happen? Should I? There is no title, by the way. It's just
I just came up with a title for mine. If you wanted to use your own.
Yes. I'll have my turn next, I think. Untitled, author unknown. They probably don't want the shame. Once a young maiden from France went out to an upper-class dance. Without any question, she had bad digestion, and lo and behold, shit her pants.
So,
Chat, I ask you now, who did worse?
Hi, Scruffy Knight.
I'm taking this a vote for you personally. You know, we need to keep scribbling along, so whoever's name pops up in chat first after a round is done dictates who takes the damage. It's like hurting people for free.
Yee. Hey!
There we go.
Yep, that confirms it. Under these rules, thief takes the damage, which is actually fatal, so this gives us a moment's reprieve. Isn't that fun? This wouldn't have happened, of course, if the thief had remembered they had health left, but the thief did not remember. Therefore, the thief died.
I used my health. Okay, goodbye.
It's only for a while.
Unfortunately. This is all very experimental, chat. A very experimental poetry and a very experimental presentation. So, feedback will be welcome, although I don't promise to acknowledge it, especially if you're being mean to me. Just throwing it out there. Pendergast, how are you enjoying the poetry beat-off thus far?
Well, I like the idea better before you called it a poetry beat-off. I don't like that now. I did have a thought since it was poetry. Have you ever seen, from the Earth Realm, beatniks? You ever seen them?
All I know about them is that they're widely hated. Probably
yes.
Because they have culture or something. I don't know.
I think you kind of have a beatnik-ish kind of facial hair structure going on.
Man, I know what you're talking about, man. That's just rubbish, man.
Are you sure? We don't, I don't want you to be a square or anything. That's all. Yeah. I don't know enough about it, actually, but I do remember that that's a thing. They had...
I'm square when you look very much like a round peg.
That's probably true. I'm not
you don't worry about being a square, I suppose?
No, I'll never even be that good. I'm not here to be cool, or whatever, or hip, or a hip cat, or whatever the term, whatever beatniks use. Do they even still have beatniks? Is that like?
I don't know. The last beatnik I saw was, I think they called it The Producers, about that fantastic comedy, Springtime for Hitler.
Oh, okay. What would the modern? Is there a modern version of a beatnik? Would that be a hipster? Is that like the same thing?
Possibly, but I got the impression that no, wait a second, beatnik's too cool for you, know things you don't, and think you're absolutely a jerk if you don't know precisely what they're talking about. Might be onto something. Maybe they are the newest version of hipster.
Yeah.
Or oldest version.
Yeah, could be. Pre-hipsters or beatniks then, or something. I don't know. It's just I don't know what I'm getting at. I keep trying to think about this, and I keep feeling like I'm getting more and more like highbrow or somehow. Like I'm starting to feel this weird arrogance, and you just don't get it, man. I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. And it's really
so you're
annoying.
not hipster beatnik, but the hat may be.
Might be.
Why did no one alert me to the fact that I'm back?
We just thought we'd notice you were alive again.
How can we know when you're going to come back to life? Don't you would think you'd know that first.
The timer, all right? The timer. I was having a gay old time in the afterlife, minding my own business, and I come over and check on you guys, and I'll be like,
Is there a giant
"Those
sundial
asshole."
in the afterlife when you're dead?
Indeed.
Like-
Yeah.
Well, then I can't see that when you're dead. You need to look at it. Pay attention while you're dead.
I have to say, the Poetry Beat-Off has inspired some members of the chat to present their own poems, which we tempted to actually give a shot at, only it kind of ruins the theme when some of them might be considered halfway decent. Also, if it's agreed upon that they are the worst, that seems like it could backfire. I said that we're supposed to be gaining the goodwill of these plebeians.
I was just going to say, did you see Niska's poem that she suggested there?
Yes. Look, next round, choose your poems.
I got mine. Mine's
That's
70. You can't have 70.
That's fine. I had I read the poem that Niska wrote, and I was like, is that like an encounter between gnomes or something?
Perhaps.
Maybe that's the title for it. I don't know.
Indeed.
But anyway, yeah. So you're taking 70. I'm taking 82.
Indeed.
Very good. I have mine chosen. Do you want to repeat the cycle, or did someone else want to go first? Can you find it out?
I guess it's only fair. We will keep order. This one is entitled Madeline. Madeline, oh sweet Madeline. Why do I stalk you, Madeline? 'Cause you're so neat, you're so fine, that I just want to fuck you in the behind.
Okay.
I see we have, we're taking the class level. The bar is going a bit lower. That's fine.
You sent me this list.
That's true. But
All
you chose it.
If
Pendergast,
it's lacking in class, it's because you procured it.
like they said, Earth's best poems. I doubt.
Anyway, actually, I had said 82. That was a mistake. I actually want to read 81. The title, although there is no writer credited, but the title is On Modern Fleas, Not Like Ye Olden Fleas of Antiquity. Right? That's the title.
Mm-hmm.
And the poem is thus. Adam hadn't 'em.
Overall, probably one of the worst poems yet. I will go ahead and say freely.
Well, we were trying to go for bad, weren't we?
Yeah, that was certainly quite awful. And now, my turn. I will put a little bit more effort into this. With, poem's titled, You Don't Want to Know. Trust me, you don't want to know. The thought that just flew through my head. It involves Vaseline and a mountain of blow, speed stick, and a huge waterbed. Very well.
Brilliant. Snaps, ladies and gentlemen, snaps.
No.
That's what you're supposed to do with these things, right?
I can't snap my fingers.
Audience, name the
What?
worst.
You
I
can't,
can't.
snap your fingers?
No, I can't. Like, I'll try. Listen, this is the best I can do.
That's a snap. That counts.
That's me trying as hard as I can. I almost broke my finger to do that.
Really?
My hands are really oily.
Well, stop that.
I can't help that my hands are oily. I wash them all the time. They're still oily.
Stop stroking your hat. I agree. Arcs was really bad. Thank you, Niska, for agreeing with me for the first time ever.
Okay.
Okay, that's 2 for me, so we shall stick with the rules, and I shall take the damage. So no appreciation for his side whatsoever. I don't know why I even bother sometimes. Very well, next round. Do you have your poems selected?
I don't. Okay, I got this one. Do you guys have your poems?
Why, yes. Yes,
Okay,
I do.
good. All right. Are we ready for the next round?
Proceed.
Okay. I'm doing 64, entitled Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I shall be singing it as well, because I can. And I don't care what anyone else says or thinks. Anyway, begin. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a penis in the sky. End.
Yeah, you can do the snaps. I can't do it.
Pendergast?
Some highbrow poetry.
Yes, I'll be reading selection 45, another untitled one. Giant pandas are black and white. Zebras are black and white. Penguins are black and white. Roses are black. Violets are white, but only under ultraviolet light.
That was pretty awful.
Very well.
I suppose it'll be tough competition for worst. I will do my best. This one's actually not so bad. I feel this one deserves some credit. It has a very clear message I relate to. Number 88, titled Casablanca. The boy stood on the burning deck, whence all but he had fled. Twit.
Is that it?
That's it. Thank you.
Is that all?
Thank you.
No more? Alright, so Shad, who had the worst poem?
Who did worst? Who was the worst person? Who did the most bad? I'm watching now. The first few votes are most persuasive because we have limited time.
Indeed. Pendergast.
I have limited time.
Thief.
No, I saw Pendergast.
I did
I
work.
saw Pendergast and
I was
Thief.
first.
Let's see. Yeah, Pendergast takes the damage this time.
Yes.
Ha. Ha.
Do you have your next chosen? And please.
Yes, I do.
What's on the seasons?
All right, are you ready for this one?
Usually necessarily ready. Yes. Braced.
Brace yourselves. This one's called The Old Man from China. There once was an old man from China who wanted to be in a vagina. So he flew through the air, but to his despair, he found himself fucking a swina. Go.
Very well.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
All right. All right. Very well, then. I will read. Apparently, this is a poem. The author was apparently Vladimir Putin. But it's a very simple poem, and it goes as thus. This poem rules. Thank you. That is all.
That doesn't sound like the work of Vlad. It sounds like the work of Kim Jong-un.
It says it's written by Vladimir Putin. How would I know? I mean...
Glorious leader is setting you to know. That's what's happening here.
I'm just
Very
saying.
well. Mine, number 43, is untitled, and the author claims no credit, but truly it is profound. This is one of those poems that do not rhyme. What is the point in those?
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I couldn't.
It asks a poignant question.
Indeed. What is the point in those?
I'm
What is the
watching.
point?
Who did this
all?
worst?
What is the point at all?
Look, I mean, I don't want to. I can't take credit for other people's work.
I can. I will.
Vladimir Putin wrote the poem. This poem rules. That's it. I don't. Look, we'll have to get rid of him if we go to the Earth realm. That's all I'm saying. He's going to be a problem. All right.
I guess. He might put up some resistance, though. You might have to get a little bit tough on him.
I'm just saying.
He might challenge you to a bear wrestle.
Well, that, or he might, spike your tea with something that glows in the dark. I wouldn't suggest doing that. Don't accept a drink from Putin. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
I'm going with psilocybin's vote because it was the first one that was actually adhering to the
Oh, that's
rules.
fine.
And the overall, otherwise, it seems divided between you and me, Pentagast.
Well, that's okay. It's just,
But no, I'm not splitting it that way.
now that I think about it, maybe everyone else should drink Vladimir Putin's drinks if he offers them. I'm pretty sure I'm immune by this point.
I'm not drinking any drinks that come from any of you. Possibly them, because I'm pretty sure that leader wouldn't try to kill me. I'm not an enemy after all. In fact, once we take over the Earth, I have a good working relationship. They seem reasonable.
All right, I got my next poem picked out.
All right.
42.
Very good, but hold on one second. We have one stream super chat to handle before we do that. And it's going to be a nice little intermission because it's a challenge. We must all play rock, paper, scissors for 5 health potions, rated R.
Interesting.
That's, I don't know how we're all going to lie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not,
Well,
but there's no way everyone can see what we're doing here, and no one's going to believe if I say that you all cheated and just took whatever beat me. So, thank you for the 5 signals, GTRW. But here we go. Let's do it one time round. I'll put one of you on camera. Ready?
yeah, fine. I don't know what this is.
Okay, Thief, what do you have? No one can even see you unless you're talking about it.
Rock.
Yeah. Oh, what did Arcturus pick?
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
Well, weirdly enough, they chose rock after I chose scissors, and I chose scissors before you chose paper, but no one's going to believe that.
Well, I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, rock beat.
The way I
I'm
see
dead.
it, we all lose. I'm just going to divide it up roughly.
It's to the cat. Give that one to the cat or something. The cat gets health.
We could probably play very well if we just, yelled it at the screen at the same time.
I'm just going to go ahead and use it to heal whoever needs it right now, so we can not worry about this any further. Next poem, if we do.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
All right.
There's still 2 left. I say because of it.
My turn.
I'm out as far as healing from now on.
Are we ready?
Are we reading more?
Yes, we are. I have a poem. It is entitled The Men from Nantucket.
Okay.
I will begin. There once was a man from Nantucket, whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, if my ear was a twat, I would fuck it.
And to think I got grief from my first one being on the
Oh, come on, that was funny. Oh, that was pretty funny.
All right. Yeah, I will go next then. We'll read selection 24, also untitled and uncredited as far as writer. I scream. You scream. We all scream as a blood-covered knife-wielding circus clown tries to steal our ice cream.
Interestingly, that seems like a bit of a cameo. In any case, I suppose it's my turn next. Number 35. Unsigned. Ho Chi Minh. His manhood's a titch. His dad's a pig. And his mom's a bitch. Since we're, just taking social credit score, I thought I'd take the lead on that one at least.
Fair enough.
Well then, chat.
I like this game. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I like poetry. Especially poetry that rhymes.
As of this moment, I'm pretty sure I'm no longer allowed to own property in China.
Really?
You never could.
That's true. That is true. The case. The first down vote was for Thief, but kind of went down the rest of us otherwise. So we'll go to the first this time. Thief takes a bit of a damage, which would mean a lot more if they, weren't. Next round.
Okay. This one is called The Tale of the Lost Old Man with Dementia. Ready?
I stand ready.
Yes.
Okay. I'm lost. I have no idea where I am. And it's pitch dark. Fuck. How did I get this lost? I should have asked for directions back at the petrol station. Although your man had a huge unibrow. I always get nervous talking to strangers with unibrows. That's that fucking Company of Wolves film that put that stupid idea in my head, isn't it? Who was in that again? Angela Lansbury? She was the grandmother warning the little girl about men. This bitch. Very liberal film, actually. All men are beasts. That was kind of the basis, wasn't it? That's Monkey Spunk. Was it any good, though? Yeah, it was pretty good. There was one great part with Stephen Ray. Who's he? Would I know him from anything? He was in Angela's Ashes. He was the dad, I think. Oh, yeah, that guy. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah. Who are you? Everybody gets pudding.
Okay, if I got grief for doing a limerick, that was someone's screenplay.
Oh, wait, hang on. I forgot the last line. Let's go, Brandon!
It really kind of brings it around to the end there. I think.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Pentagast.
Yes. I'll be reading The Life of a Soldier is the title of this one. It goes as thus. A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. Why not? That is all.
That's going to make the recital of mine that much easier to really pour myself into. This one's number 33, titled Ah! Reads as thus. Ah! Signed. Ah!
I have a feeling that poem might have been written under duress.
Just the thought.
Just
Interesting.
maybe.
Perhaps.
Someone was trying to indicate they'd been kidnapped, but I don't think anyone was truly listening.
It's my favorite
It's
part,
going.
actually. I really like that part when you went,
Legend is paying attention and has made their vote Pentagast. And they are, accordingly, correct as far as we're concerned.
Fair enough.
Ooh. Are we ready for the next one?
We are.
Good.
Did you take away my health? I haven't lost any health. I'm not seeing things. Never mind. Okay.
All right. This one is called Abortion. Welcome to Planned Parenthood. You rape 'em, we scrape 'em. No fetus can beat us. Your womb is our tomb. eating it all, we are good.
Pentagast.
Yes? I know. I'm supposed to be reading. All right. I don't believe this, but the title is an actual good poem. That's the title of this, an actual good poem. There was a young man from Bombay who took a slow boat to China one day. He was pinned to the tiller by a sex-starved gorilla, and China's a bloody long way.
You should have pronounced it gorilla.
Yeah,
I feel like
but
that
they
would work.
They didn't write it that way. I read it the way they wrote it.
It's not for us to criticize, it's for the audience. Meanwhile, I have chosen 26, and it's a topic we can all relate to. Pie is good. Pie is great. Let us all eat pie today. Audience?
Was it a female gorilla? That is a good question. I have a better question. Was it a sea gorilla?
That's just it. We're back to sea gorillas. See,
You
it
see?
could have been.
Also, I believe they lied. Are you speaking from... No. The acoustics here are imperfect. Just have to deal with it, right? They're all
That's what
kind of bad, to be
happens.
honest. Look, some... Very well, I did worst.
Whop, whop.
And we shall have to just carry on. Beef.
Agreed, Brian Yoder. Sea gorillas are real, and Pentagast is just a meaty poo-poo head, a non-believer. The great Christmas sea gorilla is my best friend. Okay, anyway, my turn?
Yours.
This one is called Abortion by Another Name. The egg is in a nest. The egg is not in the nest. The egg is rolling on a branch. The egg is not rolling on a branch. The egg is falling from the top of the tree. The egg is falling fast as I can see. The egg falls so fast at high speeds. The egg falls towards the bushes and the weeds. The egg falls no more. The egg is no more. The actual title of that is called Falling from a Bird's Nest, and it was actually written by Boris von Mittelhaus in 1932. Like, it's an actual poem. Straight up.
Culture.
The more you know.
Well, yeah, as far as culture, this is just, the peak of culture.
Indeed.
There's no title. The poem reads as thus. I like trains. And that is it. I seem to be finding all of the very short, meaningless ones. I mean, I don't know.
You're looking to put as little effort as possible. I understand. It is.
No,
of course,
no.
And you're trying to set me up for failure in this fashion, but I knew that was going to happen at some point. It's just fun.
I should be the worst. That's my feeling.
Well, so far, the audience hasn't regularly agreed with you. You have to turn up your phoning it in. You'll have to phone it in harder. You're not phoning in hard enough.
Well,
yet.
I'll try. I'll try less.
I will be opting for 17 jellyfish. I don't like jellyfish. They're not a fish. They're just a blob. They don't have eyes, fins, or scales like a cod. They float about blind, stinging people in the seas, and no one eats jellyfish with chips and mushy peas. Get rid of them.
Ew, gross. Mushy peas. Blech.
I assume they're British.
These are the worst vegetable. And that's a fact. I will
everyone's
die on
deciding-
this hill.
I don't really... It depends on the preparation. In any case, while the audience is deciding which of those was the actual worst, remember Pendergast is counting on you. We have gotten a super chat we shall take care of really swiftly. That goes thus. JWP dosing us to compel me to say, Dyslexicon tie! Go Brandon, let's!
It's been asked where we got these poems from. The internet, not a bathroom wall truck stop.
Although I'm pretty sure some of these did come from trucks.
Bathroom
Not
wall
bathrooms.
truck stops. Yeah.
Yeah, someone just compiled
You're
them
right.
from various places, including probably that.
Someone spent hours of their life compiling 100 of these into one list. Because they
People were
could.
asking whether or not Pendergast even spoke, and I kind of missed it. It was a...
I like trains.
Yeah, see, that was the entirety of it.
I believe
Easily-
that
Easy to miss.
was made famous by one member of the cast of the ASDF movies, honestly. If I'm not mistaken. That is some highbrow humor, sir.
Okay.
Highbrow,
Well,
indeed.
I've not
All
seen all the
artistic.
same things.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, the only potential vote that I'm seeing is, in fact, saying sorry, Ark, so I assume they mean me, and so be it.
Mm-hmm. Wah, wah. Wah, wah.
Shall we?
I'm
carry
saving
on?
my personal favorite.
All right. I have
All
another one.
poems I have read. Let me know when the last set of poems will be read, and I'll read that. That's what I want to know.
Okay. Are we ready for another round?
I am ready. I am prepared.
This one is entitled You Say the Sweetest Things. Smarties, Snickers, Milky Way, Curly Whirly, Jaffa Cakes, Wagon Wheel and Galaxy, Dairy Milk and Chocolate Flakes, Caramel and Toffee Crisp, Toblerone, Bounty, Rolos, Chocolate Coins, Yorkie, Penguin, Kit Kat, Crunchy, Dime Bar, Polos, Terry's Organic, Mars and Twix, Club and Chomp, Squirty Cream, Wine Gums, Chew-Its, Candy Floss, Double Decker, Skittles, Dream. Candy. That was it. That was the end of it. That was all.
I can see why they wanted to remain unknown.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Pendergast?
Okay. This is a bad poem. I'm just going, yeah. Roses are blue, violets are red, with regard to the living dead. I don't know what the point of it is.
I don't know what the point of it is either.
Do colors change when you've been resurrected through necromancy? I mean, I don't understand. I don't know.
You know, I'm thinking maybe I went wrong with this. Maybe you should be competing to see who does these best. Because certainly it is very
Best
tough
performance.
competition for the worst. But we're committed. We can't turn back now. There's no turning this ship around. It's heading straight for that iceberg, and no one can stop it. My choice shall be number 8. My head. My head is full of random stuff, like rusty bread and bits of fluff, and talking pies with googly eyes, and stupid stuff that doesn't rhyme. Signed, Marks and Spencer in 1988. Marks and Spencer. Is that a real last name? I can't believe it's a real last. Sin Spencer. Sounds like a very exotic sex act involving ropes and possibly elastics. That's neither here nor there, though. What
Possibly.
is the verdict? I can't do that. The others in here to make it uncomfortable.
For a moment there, I thought I'd been transported to another world.
It's what thieves do when she gets nervous.
Well,
Because-
the first was...
No! Okay, I accept my fate.
Yeah, I've seen that game, Minecraft.
Indeed.
I thought for a moment that everything was going to become very low resolution. And I was scared.
Are you ready?
Did I just
Yeah.
make a poem?
Mm.
God. Oh,
Did you cut in front of me?
I didn't mean to. I just was speaking thoughts, and apparently it became a poem. Why?
How dare you? All right,
Sorry.
my turn. My turn. This one has no title, so I will have to give it one, and it will be surprise. So, I was walking down the stairs when suddenly gonorrhea.
When you're sliding into home, when your pants are full of foam, gonorrhea.
Hmm.
But in any case, Pendergast.
Yes. All right. This one is titled Perfectionism. Roses are red, violets are blue. Well, actually, violets are violet, but wait, I messed up. Let me start over. And that is the poem.
And I shall go with number 5, a follow-up to the Ode to the Green Leaf of Life, etc., or Please with peanut butter and sparkly sparkles on top, or I like peanut butter and sparkly sparkles on top. The poem is as follows. Let's all have a sprinkle of toffee on our coffee bleeding wrists. I'll emote coffee all over you. Lol. Signed, Mr. Bartholomew Regius Optimus Trilo III.
Indeed.
Verdict?
Chat.
How did I go out of turn?
No, I will not work under the thief in the way you imply. Simply. Verdict, please.
I bet you would be very successful as my subordinate. Oh, wait, did they meet it? Ooh, oh, gross. No. Ew. Never mind, I don't want that. You can stay away.
We are unanimous in this.
Indeed.
The
I am
decision
gone.
seem-
It would be me.
He's gross.
Kyle. Who's Kyle?
Indeed, who is Kyle?
Am I?
Kyle. Are you?
I don't know.
Do we know the hat's name? Is the hat's name?
I don't think so. I've tried a lot of names, but Kyle? Nothing. Nothing.
Next round.
Ooh. All right.
Is this the last one?
This one is entitled You're a Disappointment. Are you ready, boys?
Standing by.
Roses are blue, violets are red. Your daddy is gay. He doesn't love you.
Okay. Hey. I don't.
I'm having.
Why did
my
that get me? I don't know.
who cares? I don't think I have enough for a whole refill anyway, so I'm just gonna it's fine. That's.
I like this game. I would play this more often.
That's just dumb.
We might have just enough to get us the next 5 minutes, but strictly speaking, we could, especially if the audience concurs, do this more regularly, more on occasions. Why, we can even have our own sources for these things to see who can find the true worst, or best, or redeem things best they can. Pentagast, it is your turn.
All right. Well. I'm not sure how that's. I guess. All right. The sky is blue. The grass is mucky. G's a fag? And a bottle of Bucky. What is that?
That's a good question.
Proposed date. I think it's proposed date. Look, I understand that in Kingdom of Ark, fags are a type of food, where they come faggots, and it's food. So I'm guessing that they're making a pitch for a date. In any case, I have chosen number 3. I understand this is actually a bit of classic. Douglas Adams, oh Freddle Gunt Bogley, thy micturations are to me, as plural gabble blotchets on a alleged bee. Group, I implore thee, my faunting turtle drums, and hooptiously drangle me with crinkly bindle wordles, or I will rend thee in the gobberwats my blurgle cruncheon, thee if I don't. Signed, Prostechnik Vogon, Jeltz, 1970.
I understood none of what was just said.
I believe micturation is actually a real word. The rest of those I have some doubts.
Jury's out.
Indeed.
If the daddy is gay, how did he come to be? You do know that gay men can still ejaculate, right?
They're biologically viable.
Yeah. Like it's still within the realm of possibility. All you need is a turkey baster. And some gravity to do the rest of the work for you.
I think we have about enough time for one more.
All right.
Excellent.
Do you care to start us off?
I shall. Why? Here's for the young girls that I like to spy on. E is for the erections I get when I touch them. L is for the letters I send anonymously. L is for the love of cute little girls. O is for the orgasms. God, I can't finish this. No.
What are you?
I should have read the whole thing before I started singing, but I saw that we were spelling out a word, and I'm like, "Ooh, I can do this." So,
yeah.
I can't do it. You can't make me.
Okay. All right. My poem then does not have a title, but I want to dedicate this to Arcturus because I can. And the title, or there is no title, but the poem reads as thus: "You suck, just like this poem."
That's the title?
No, that's the name. That's the whole poem. There is no title. I'm dedicating it to Arc.
Okay.
It's only fair that I should dedicate this next one to you in turn.
Ah, that's fair. Go ahead.
Number 1, taking a shit. Bent over while seated on the squatter, your ass almost touching the water. You grunt, heave and strain, feeling naught but the pain. You groan as if being raped by Lance Bass, until finally that huge log is passed. Signed, Johnny Shitorum, 1543, and it's because you kind of look like a turd. I mean, the color's right, the length is there.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Well done.
Ooh.
Well done.
Especially in the hat, I must say.
Right.
A very
right.
long turd.
Yeah.
Which kills you for cracking
Yes.
up like that way. And the chat can decide where we go from here, but we're on the final few minutes. Choose quickly. Who did it the worst? Go on. Who? Okay, time's up. Everyone loses.
Yeah, I felt like I lost that one pretty hard.
We're all losers here. Don't feel too bad.